stage first, like she did before going up there?
Hello.
Hey, Your Honor, we're getting everyone logged on now.
All right, good morning. Can someone send me back the court-appointed forms, please?
Yes, sir. I'll make sure it's taken care of.
All right, thank you.
Uh-huh.
I'm here.
Hey, Your Honor, we're getting everyone logged on now.
All right, good morning. Can someone send me
Your Honor, they said they forwarded it to you about 20 minutes ago.
All right, I don't have them.
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and re-forward them to you again.
If I had them, I put Magistrate them. I don't have them. Hey, Deputy, you there?
Judge Knight,
Yeah,
hey, how you doing, sir? Do you have the forms yet?
I just got them. I printed them, so I'm ready when you all are.
Okay, yes, sir. You guys stand up, please. No, Clayton, no. Just face it this way.
Oh, how about you?
Good morning.
Good morning, Judge. How are you?
Good to see you. How you doing?
Good seeing you too. I just wanted to check with you and see if I'm going to be needed for first appearance.
Okay, yeah, thanks for coming. I just need to double check with the deputies here. I think there may be two individuals, but I think one bonded out. So let's just confirm.
Yes.
Hey, deputy, do we need Ms. Bermudez for Spanish?
Give me 1 second, Yana. We're checking on the male side. We're in 2 separate housing units.
Okay, yeah, I have one that bonded out. While you're doing that, you mind going through the list with me here quickly on the folks who may bond out?
Yes, sir. Give me 2 seconds because he's on the male side.
Okay.
We're ready, Judge Knight.
All right, Deputy, do you mind confirming for me if we may need Ms. Bermudez for Spanish interpreter?
No, sir. Judge Knight.
Okay, all right, thank you. All right, Ms. Bermudez, thank you for coming, and you enjoy the rest of your day. See you next time.
Thank you, Judge. Good seeing you.
You too, thank you. All right, bye. All right, Deputy, we ready?
Yes, sir, we are.
All right, good morning, everyone. Today is February 9th, 2021, Clayton County Magistrate Court. I'm Judge Knights presiding this morning. You're here for first appearance, and simply for first appearance today, we're going to go over certain things. I'm going to go through your rights with you, all the rights that you're entitled to. that you have from now all the way through the disposition of your case. Also, I will let you know what your charge or charges are, what your bond is, if you're entitled to a bond, as well as review the court-appointed application forms that you completed for court-appointed counsel. And I will, once I get to you, review to see whether you qualify for a court-appointed attorney. Now, I want to let you know that we're in the COVID-19 times here, and even though we're not in live court, we're still having this Zoom, and it's being streamed live on YouTube. So whatever you say can still be used against you at a future proceeding. So please remember, once you speak with me, I can't decide your case today. It's not a trial. You will get an opportunity to dispute the charges after today. I'm just informing you of your rights, informing you of your charge or your bond, if you're entitled to your bond, and giving you an attorney. And then I'll also give you your court date, which is your next court date, which is your preliminary hearing date. And I'll speak about that shortly. So here are your rights for you. First, you have the right to the presumption of innocence. Now, the state has to prove this charge or these charges against you beyond a reasonable doubt. You're presumed innocent today. So the state has that burden. The state has to prove your charge or charges by or beyond a reasonable doubt. You have the right to a speedy and public trial. Obviously, there's no trials right now because of COVID-19, but once trials resume, your attorney or you can file a speedy trial demand, and you can have a trial as soon as it is practicable in front of the court. Also, you have the right to see, hear, and cross-examine any witnesses that the state can call it against you to testify against you. Now, that is at the trial phase. You have the right to see that person or individuals, cross-examine them. They can't hide. That is an absolute right that you have. Also, you have the right to compel attendance of your own witnesses by a legal document known as a subpoena. You can subpoena witnesses to come and testify on your behalf. You have the right to compel the attendance of those witnesses to court. For some misdemeanors, you have the right to, for some felonies, you have the right to an indictment by a grand jury. Grand jury meets and they review cases brought by the district attorney, and they will decide if the charge or charges against you are in fact valid, and that will be known as a true bill. Secondly, if they find that the charges are not valid, they will issue what is called a no bill, and the charge will be dismissed, or charges. For some other felonies and all misdemeanors, you have the right to an accusation. An accusation is simply a charging document that the prosecutor, who is the district attorney for felonies, and the solicitor general for misdemeanors, will bring charge or charges against you. So you have the right to an accusation for some felonies and all misdemeanors. You have the right to testify and offer evidence in your own behalf if you choose to do so. You don't have to testify. You still have the presumption of innocence, even if you do not testify. Also, you have the right to an attorney to represent you from this point on, as I mentioned, and throughout. Some of you will be entitled to post a bond. You can post unrestricted bonds, and that bond will give you release pending the outcome of this case. The bond can be in cash, commercial, or property. If it's a cash bond, please understand there'll be fees associated with that cash bond at the end of this case. However it's disposed of, you can get the cash back, but you won't get the fees associated with the fees that are added. If there's a property bond being posted, please understand that the equity in that property has to be 3 times the amount of the bond. So for example, if the bond is $1,000, the equity in the property for the property bond being posted has to be $3,000, so 3 times the bond amount. Bonding company can charge up to 15% of whatever the fees may be Please understand, I do not work for the bonding company. I do not work for the sheriff. So I don't know what the fees are, and I don't know what the approved bonding companies are. I can simply just tell you the bond, and you can contact the approved bonding companies approved by the sheriff, and the bonding company will let you know what their specific fees are. Some of you will have special conditions on your bond. Special condition means don't go to a place or don't contact a person. Deals with a person or a place. Now, if, for example, I tell you don't go back to 123 Main Street, can't go back for the duration of this case. If I tell you don't contact Joe Smith, can't contact Joe Smith for the duration of this case, directly, indirectly, third party, social media, no contact. Now, if you violate the special conditions of your bond, you're subject to new charges. For example, aggravated stalking, influencing a witness, and other charges. That's in addition to what you may be charged with. So please take the special conditions of your bond very seriously. I'll let you know at the time the special conditions and on your bond order that I've signed off on already. On the bottom of the bond order, the bottom right, you will have a place for defendant, and you will go ahead and initial and sign that you understand the bond conditions. So in the event that there's no confusion of those special conditions on your bond, you will be able to sign off on that at the appropriate time. If there's a family member or friend or a loved one or someone you know wants to post your bond and they're the subject of the special condition, please understand they cannot post your bond because they are the subject of the special condition. Some of you will not get a bond today. That is because I'm sitting as a magistrate court judge, and certain charges I cannot give you a bond. The law does not allow me to do so. You will get a bond hearing date. If you're entitled or eligible for an attorney based on the application you completed, you will get an attorney. Your attorney will know how to get you in court to get a bond or file a motion for a bond. So please understand that if you don't get a bond today, the law does not allow me to get a bond, or because of a certain situation, such as you may be on probation, or such as the type of charge that doesn't facilitate me giving you a bond today. That doesn't mean you won't get a bond on a different day, just means you don't have one today. Also, the next court date I will let you know of, besides your bond hearing date, if you are denied a bond, the next court date will be the preliminary hearing date. A preliminary hearing date, or prelim, is simply a probable cause hearing date. Probable cause is the reason for the arrest. The arresting officer or officers will have to come to court and they'll have to testify why they arrested you. If they didn't have a warrant, they have to say why they arrested you. Now, if the reason is good or valid under the law, then your case will be bound over to Superior Court if it's a felony, or state court if it's a misdemeanor. If the reason is bad, then the charges can be dismissed. So that is the next hearing date. It's a preliminary hearing. Now, I want you to keep in mind, some of you can waive your preliminary hearing, especially those charged with misdemeanors and some felonies. You can waive it. Doesn't mean that you're saying you're guilty. It just simply means you're waiving it and you're going forward. So keep that in mind. Once I get to you, you can let me know. And that will be the conclusion of what I have. A few of you are on for extradition. I'll give you some additional instructions at that time. I want everyone to please raise your right hand as best as you can. Each of you solemnly swear or affirm statements of testimony you will give in this matter not pending before the court's first appearance shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God. All right, thank you. And we're ready to proceed. Deputy, we want to do the females first. How are we doing it today?
We can do the female first, Judge.
Okay, all right, thank you. I'm ready.
Yeah, Park first.
Is this Ms. Carter?
Yes.
Doug.
All right, good morning to you, Ms. Carter. You're charged with one count of criminal trespass, damage to property. It's a $3,000 bond. Do you understand what you're charged with in the bond amount, ma'am?
So,
All right, so I have a special condition here. You're not to return to Days Inn and Suites in Stockbridge. That is the 7385 Hanover Parkway, Stockbridge location. You understand?
yes, sir.
All right, and preliminary hearing date scheduled for the 30th of March at 8:30. All right, I'm looking at your application for court-appointed counsel here. Ma'am, do you have any source of income?
No,
All right, I am appointing an attorney to represent you. You have any questions?
no.
All right, thank you. Good luck to you.
Stage 9.
And the
All right, Mr. Duggar, good morning.
Good morning.
All right, let's see. You're charged here with one count of driving while license suspended. Is a $1,500 bond. Do you understand what you're charged with in the bond amount?
Yeah.
All right, ma'am. You have a preliminary hearing date is scheduled for the 30th of March at 8:30. And I'm just looking here for your application for court-appointed counsel. Is that I have 3,000. And what is your monthly expenses, like bills and mortgage, rent and everything else?
Well, I don't, my girlfriend pays the rent and utilities, so I don't have any expenses. My kids are my only expenses.
Okay. All right, so I will appoint an attorney to represent you. If you wish to hire an attorney on your own, that's fine. But as of today, I'm appointing an attorney to represent you. All right, if you bond out, it's automatically waived.
Okay.
All right, you have any questions?
No,
All right, thank you. Good luck to you.
thank you. Shanice Gordon.
Hi, Gordon. Good morning to you. Let's see here. You have a simple battery family violence. I'm sorry, not family. Yeah, simple battery family violence. It's a $3,500 bond. You understand the charge and the bond?
No.
All right. February 8th, 2021 at 566 Hastings Way. You did commit the act of family violence, battery, simple. You did intentionally make physical contact of a provoking nature to the victim, Jessica Griffin, date of birth, February 4th, 1994, by tossing her cup of alcohol on her chest area. You did admit that you threw the alcohol beverage on the victim. It occurred in Clayton County. The victim and the offender reside in the same residence for 2 months. Ma'am, you understand what you're charged with?
Yeah.
All right. Special condition, no contact with Jessica Griffin, date of birth, February 4th, 1994, not to return to 566 Hastings Way in Clayton County. You may schedule an appointment with the Clayton County Sheriff to accompany you to that residence to get any personal property. You must do so within 10 days of your release from jail. Ma'am, you understand those special conditions?
Yeah.
All right, you have any questions?
So basically I won't be able to be released until 3,500 is paid.
Your bond is $3,500.
Okay.
All right.
What's the percentage of that?
Can you say that again?
What is the percentage of that?
Ma'am, I don't work for the bonding company.
I have to
Yeah.
the bond.
Bonding company can let you know.
Okay,
Okay, I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't want to tell you the wrong thing. I don't know.
okay,
All right, any other questions?
no.
Okay, all right, thank you, man. Good luck.
Taylor Jeffries,
Miss, I'm sorry, one second. What's your name?
Taylor Jeffries,
All right, Miss Jeff. You're charged with one count of unlicensed resident. That's a $1,000 bond, and then one count of following too close. It's a $500 bond. You understand what you're charged with in the bond amounts?
yes,
All right, you have a preliminary hearing date, and that's scheduled for the 29th of March, and it's at 8:30. I'm looking at the application here for court-appointed counsel, and I will appoint an attorney to represent you. You have any questions?
yes. I came to pay a ticket yesterday and found out I had a warrant. I have all my ID that I'm a resident here, and they're saying that I wasn't a resident. I had gave birth to my baby here right after, because I was 7 months pregnant when I got into that accident. They sent me straight to the hospital, and I never received a ticket or anything. Because I was pregnant, they sent me straight to the hospital. They never gave me any information about this warrant or anything about that. So, what exactly do I do? Like,
Yeah, once you speak to the lawyer that I just appointed to represent you, you can let your lawyer know, and your lawyer can handle it from there. It sounds like you just may have to just show proof, but I'll let your lawyer explain it to you.
is there gonna be another warrant out for my arrest? Because I came to court date yesterday and I never got through to that.
Ma'am, the only thing I know is what I have in front of me right now, so I don't know. You can speak with the deputies. If you have another warrant, they'll be able to tell you.
Okay,
But as of today, I don't have anything else except these two. But what you're bonding out, you can check with the deputies to make sure.
okay, thank you.
All right, sure, you're welcome. Good luck to you, ma'am.
Diamond Parker.
All right, Ms. Parker, how you doing?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good.
That's nice to hear.
All right. I have one count of battery you're charged with,
Yes, sir.
and it's a $5,000 bond. You understand what you're charged with in the bond amount?
Yes, sir.
All right, I have a preliminary hearing date is scheduled for the 30th of March at 8:30.
Yes, sir.
And there are also special conditions on that bond.
Yes, sir.
You're not to make contact or stay away absolutely directly, indirectly from LaShonda Smith, date of birth, February 27th, 1992. Not to return to 632 Red Fox Trail in Jonesboro. If you need to go to that location to get any personal property, you must schedule an appointment with Clayton County Sheriff within 10 days of your release from
Yes, sir.
jail. All right, you have any questions?
No, sir.
All right, so I'm reviewing the application for court-appointed counsel, and I did approve that application.
Yes, sir.
All right, any questions?
No, sir.
All right, good luck to you, ma'am.
Sakima Smash.
All right, Ms. Smash, good morning to you. You're charged with one count of theft by shoplifting. It's a $2,000 bond. You understand what you're charged with in the bond amount?
Yes, I do, but I do have a question. How do you go about getting a signature bond, I think it's called?
All right, ma'am. That bond was preset. Did you do that bond amount before you came up to me?
Huh?
Did you know it was $2,000 before you came up here?
No, I didn't.
All right, so it's preset. It's already it's a preset bond. That is not an offense that you can a signature bond here in Clayton County. It's a $2,000 preset bond. So you and maybe anyone else charged with theft by shoplifting misdemeanor, that will be the bond amount. It's a special condition on that bond that you're not to return to Walmart, the Monroe, Georgia location. You understand that special condition, man?
Yeah.
All right. You're also have a preliminary hearing date is scheduled for March the 30th, and that is at 8:30. I'm looking here at your application for court-appointed counsel, and I will appoint an attorney to represent you, ma'am. Have any questions? Okay. All right. Good luck to you. Thank you.
That's all for females, y'all.
All right. Perfect. Thank you.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning.
This is Deputy Robinson. We're gonna be doing the mail.
All right. How you doing?
I'm good, sir. The first mail, his last name gonna be Acrolaire Cruz. He's gonna be out on bond.
Okay. All right.
And the second person gonna be John Andrews. You want me to call him up?
Andrews. Yeah, I'm ready for him.
Sure.
I don't see his, did he complete one of the, oh, there we go. I got you. Mr. Andrews, good morning. All right, sir. You're charged this morning with one count of fleeing from police, one count of theft by receiving stolen property, one count of possession of a Schedule I violation of Georgia Controlled Substances Act. Sir, your bond is denied on those three offenses today. And the driving under the influence of drugs, it's a $5,000 bond on that offense. Sir, you understand the position on bond on those four charges? All right, so you have a preliminary hearing, and that is scheduled for the 29th of March. And that's at 8:30, and you have a bond hearing is scheduled for April the 2nd at 8:30. All right, sir, you have an application here for court-appointed counsel that you completed. I don't see, do you have any source of income, sir? No, okay. All right, sir, I did appoint an attorney to represent you. And do you have any questions for me, sir? All right, thank you. Good luck to you, sir. Thank you.
Okay, Judge, the next one's gonna be Frederick Bryant.
All right. I'm sorry, what's your last name again, sir?
Bryant?
Bryant.
Yes, sir.
All right, yeah, Mr. Bryant, you're charged with one count of violation of the Georgia Controlled Substances Act. And that's possession of marijuana with intent to distribute. It's a $10,000 bond on that offense. Sir, you understand the bond amount and the charge?
Yes, sir.
All right, you have a preliminary hearing date, and that's scheduled for the 29th of March at 8:30. And sir, I'm looking at this application for court-appointed counsel. All right, so no source of income, sir, just to be sure here.
No, I have income, sir.
All right, what, you didn't have it on the form. Well, how much do you make?
About $4,000 a month.
4,000?
Yes, sir.
What is your expenses?
Rough around $800 a month. Well, about $1,700 a month.
About 1,700?
Yeah.
Would you possibly hire an attorney?
Yes, I have one already.
All right, what's the attorney's name?
Vernon Smith.
Vernon Smith?
Yes, sir.
All right, so what I'll do is I have it noted here that put you down for court appointed, and Vernon Smith will come in and be able to handle, take over from there. But just in case, I just have you court appointed, possibly Vernon Smith,
Yes, sir.
as hiring your own attorney. All right, you have any questions, sir?
No, sir.
All right, good luck to you. Thank you.
Good Judge, I'm James Brock.
All right, Mr. Brown, good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, sir.
All right, I got one count of criminal trespass. It's a $2,500 bond. Sir, you understand what you're charged with in the bond amount?
Yes, sir.
All right, there is a special condition. You're not to return to 615 Nassau Street, Forest Park, 30297. And do you know who, it's an abandoned property, but do you know who lives there, or do you know anything about the property, sir?
Yes, sir. They gave me permission. They had me do work on the property. So they gave me permission to be there.
All right. Well, I'm looking at your application for court-appointed counsel here. Just want to make sure here. What is your monthly income?
Probably maybe 100 a week.
Hang on one second.
Yes, sir.
It's like my light went out here. Hang on for me.
Yes, sir.
I got one of them motion sensor lights. It just went out on me. It looked like nighttime all of a sudden. All right. I'm sorry, Mr. Brock. So you were saying, tell me again what you were saying there about employment.
I like 100 a week. So I've been raking yards. I don't make much money, sir. I'm not employed right now.
Okay, so you said about 100 a week.
Yes, sir.
Hang on for me one second. I'm just writing it in here because he didn't have it on the form. All right, sir. So I did appoint an attorney to represent you. And I did tell you your prelim date was the 29th of February. Is that right? I'm sorry. Yeah, the 30th. I'm sorry, the 30th of February.
Yes, sir.
All right. What questions do you have?
That's all. None, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Good luck to you, sir.
Yes, sir. I do have court on February 30th.
No, March 30th.
Oh, February. Oh, okay. March 30th.
March 30th.
And I will be able to plead guilty and probably be put on probation.
That talk with your attorney. Talk with your attorney on that.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Sure, thank you. All right, sir, good morning to you.
Good morning. What's your name? Johnny Brown.
All right, Mr. Brown, give me 1 second here. Let me pull your paperwork here, Mr. Brown. All right, Mr. Brown, you're charged with 1 count of criminal trespass. $3,500 bond. You understand what you're charged with in the bond amount, sir?
Yes, well, I'm gonna ask you a question, sir.
Sir,
Yes,
do you understand what you're charged with in the bond amount?
Yes, yes, sir.
All right, sir, you have a preliminary hearing date of the 30th of March at 8:30. There's special conditions on your bond. You're not to have any contact directly, indirectly, email, phone, third party, with Darlene Garland, date of birth 3rd of March, 1958. You cannot return to 40152 Elizabeth Park Court in Conley. If you need to return there, sir, you need to schedule an appointment with the Clayton County Sheriff within 10 days of your release. Sir, you have questions?
No, sir.
All right. Good luck to you, sir.
Good morning, Judge.
All right. Good morning, sir. How you doing?
I'm Cordero Burdette. I'm well, thank you.
All right. All right. Good. Mr. Burdette. How you say your first name?
Cordero.
Audrey.
Yes, sir.
All right. 1 second here for me. All right, Mr. Burdette, you charge with 1 count of crossing the road at a place other than an intersection or crosswalk is 500 is your bond. Giving a false name, date of birth, or address to law enforcement is a $1,000 bond. And pedestrian under the influence, those are all misdemeanors. That is a $1,000 bond. Sir, you understand what you're charged with in the bond amounts?
Yes, sir.
All right. I have your prelim date scheduled for the 30th of March at 8:30. And sir, I reviewed your application for court-appointed counsel. I did approve that application and did appoint an attorney to represent you. Stay in touch with that lawyer, sir. You have any questions?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you. Good luck to you.
Thanks, sir. Good morning, sir. My name is Kelvin Cook.
Good morning, sir. Hang on for me 1 moment here. Hang on for me 1 second, sir. All right, Mr. Cook. Charged with 1 count of violation of the Georgia Controlled Substances Act, and that is possession of marijuana is felony kind, possession of a weapon during the commission of a crime, 3 counts of possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. On those five charges, sir, your bond is denied today. And you're also charged with 1 count of possession of marijuana with intent to distribute, and your bond is denied on that offense as well. Sir, you understand what you're charged with in the position on bond?
Yes.
All right, sir, you have a preliminary hearing date and scheduled for the 29th of March at 8:30. You have a bond hearing date of April 2nd at 8:30. Sir, you understand what's happening there?
Yes.
All right, lastly, looking at your application for court-appointed counsel here, I did approve that application, sir. You will have an attorney appointed to represent you. Please stay in touch with that attorney. That attorney will contact you soon. And please stay in touch with that lawyer. You have any questions, sir?
That's it.
All right, thank you. Good luck to you.
Okay, Your Honor, he's free to go back, right?
Yeah, he's free to go back. I just wanted to, I just realized something here, Deputy, on Mr. Bryant that was just up with us.
Yes, sir.
He didn't sign the application for court-appointed counsel. I'll just go ahead and initial it and said that I spoke with him.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, I just realized that, but it's, I'll just initial it here instead of sending it.
Yes, sir.
Hang on for me one moment here, sir. All right, is this Mr. Harris?
Yes, sir.
All right, good morning to you, sir.
Good morning.
Thanks for your patience there. All right, Mr. Harris, we charge you one count of simple assault, misdemeanor, and there is a $3,500 bond on that offense. Sir, you understand what you're charged with and the bond amount?
Yes, sir.
All right, there's special conditions on your bond. Sir, you are not to have contact with Linda Harris, date of birth, April 7th, 1962, directly or indirectly, social media, third party. And the address of 17 Falcon Crest Trail in Jonesboro, whose residence is that?
Me and my wife.
All right, sir, at this time, you cannot return to that location until, well, you can schedule an appointment with the Clayton County Sheriff, and the sheriff can accompany you to go to that location to get any belongings. But during this, while this case is pending, you can't be at that location, sir, based on the nature of this charge. Now, I'm reviewing your application for court-appointed counsel. I did appoint an attorney to represent you, sir. Speak with that lawyer, and they'll be able to let you know how you can get back in your house, sir. But as of now, can't be there. You understand that, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right, and you have any questions? So I did appoint an attorney to represent you, based on the application. So you have any questions?
No, sir.
All right, thank you, sir. Good luck to you.
Thanks.
Okay, Your Honor, Andre Kelly, he's OTB.
I'm sorry, 1 second. Andre Kelly, OTB. Gotcha.
Okay, next one gonna be Clarence Neal.
All right, sir. Give me one moment here. 1 second. Mr. Neal. All right, sir.
How you doing today, Don?
I'm doing pretty good. How you doing?
Thank you, sir. I'm doing good.
All right. Let's see here, Mr. Neal. You're charged with one count of battery and one, that's a $5,000 bond, and one count of criminal trespass. It's a $2,500 bond, and one count of theft by taking misdemeanor kind. It's a $2,000 bond. Sir, you understand what you're charged with in the bond amounts?
Yes, sir.
All right. Special conditions on the bond. No contact directly, indirectly, third party, social media with Jacqueline Scandrette. Do not return. Who's at 1454 Shade Creek Trail, Forest Park?
This is my resident, Your Honor.
Where does Jacqueline Scandrette live?
She lives in South of Georgia, toward Macon, before you get to Macon, Georgia.
I got you. So she lives in South Georgia.
Yes, sir.
All right. She doesn't live there.
No, she don't, sir.
All right, sir. Let me wipe that out. I just wanted to be sure because I had a special condition and not to go to that location. But if it's your house and she lives there, I'm making a note on the bond order that she does not live there. All right, so when you get this bond order, you're gonna see I'm right. And Mr. Neal stated that Miss Scandrette lives
Forsyth, Georgia.
in Forsyth, Georgia. All right, so so you can stay in your home, sir. And I'm looking at your application here for court-appointed counsel. Says 5,000 a month here.
Yes, sir.
All right, sir, you gonna hire an attorney?
I can.
All right, what I'm gonna do is note that on your application here. And what questions do you have?
None, Your Honor.
Okay, all right, good luck to you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
My name's Patrick Ortega.
How you doing, sir?
Doing good. How are you?
I'm doing good. I got one count of misdemeanor marijuana, 1,500 is your bond. Violation of the Georgia Controlled Substances Act, looks like Schedule 4 hydrocodone, 3,500 is your bond there, and none or class violation, no expired license, 1,000 is your bond. Sir, you understand what you're charged with in the bond amounts?
Yes, sir.
All right. Let's see here. Prelim date is scheduled for the 29th. I'm sorry. Yeah, 29th of March. Just trying to make sure here. 29th of March at 8:30. And I'm looking at your application for court-appointed counsel. Is that 1,800 or 1,500?
It's 1,500.
15. All right, sir. I'm just going to scribble on it here to just so it's clear here. And I am appointing an attorney to represent you. That attorney will be in touch with you, sir. Please stay in touch with that person. Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
All right, thank you. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
All right. Hey, Deputy, let's do the extradition folks last.
Want to do them last?
Yeah, I just realized that. There's 2 people on for extradition. Let me see.
Sure.
Yeah, let's just do them at the end.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Hello, sir.
How you doing?
Good, and you, sir?
I'm doing good. What's your name?
Anthony Camilo Parson.
All right, Mr. Parson. Hang on for me one moment, sir.
Okay.
Charged for 1 count of criminal trespass, damage to property, a misdemeanor kind. It's a $2,500 bond. Sir, you understand what you're charged with in the bond amount?
Yes, sir.
Special condition on the bond. No contact with Shakenya Walker, not to return to 3860 Jackson Lane in Clayton County. If you must return there, you have to go with the sheriff deputies, and you must make an appointment within 10 days of your release from the jail. Sir, you understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right, you have a preliminary hearing is scheduled for the 30th of March at 8:30. And lastly, sir, I'm looking at your application for court-appointed counsel. I did appoint an attorney to represent you. Sir, you have any questions?
No, sir.
All right, thank you. Good luck to you, sir.
Okay, thank you. You too, sir.
How you doing, sir? My name is Jeffrey Sanchez.
Mr. Sanchez,
Yes, sir.
you have a 1 count of criminal trespass. It's the misdemeanor kind. And you have a $2,500 bond. Sir, you understand what you're charged with in the bond amount?
Yes, sir.
All right, sir. Special conditions on that bond. No contact, absolutely, directly, indirectly, social media, third party with Elmer Velasquez, date of birth, March 20th, 94. Can't return to 3311 Glen Hollow Drive in Rex, Georgia. If you must return there, sir, you must schedule an appointment with the sheriff. So the deputy or deputies can accompany you to that location to get your personal items. You must do so within 10 days of your release from jail. Sir, you understand those special conditions?
Yes, sir.
All right. Do you live at that location?
I do.
All right. Please be sure to schedule that appointment, sir, because failure to do so can result in new charges, as I mentioned. Once this case is over, those special conditions go away. All right. I'm looking at your application here, sir. You said you don't know how much you make a month. Do you have an estimate for me?
1,000.
Can you say that again?
1,000.
You said 4,000?
1,000.
1,000, I'm sorry. All right, sir, I will appoint an attorney to represent you here. Do you have any questions?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you, sir. Good luck to you.
Doing baby.
Hey, how you doing, sir?
Like just take.
1 second here for me. One second here for me, sir. 1 second. Hang on for me. 1 moment. One moment. I'm sorry, sir. Let me just make sure of something here. Sherrera. No, that's not you. All right. Deputy, I just want to check. Dean,
You want to say him for last, Your Honor?
that's the other extradition. I was making sure. So we got Dean Sherrera and Richard Presley, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, perfect. All right. Hang on for me here. Mr. Tate, I'm just making sure I got my paperwork straight. All right, just give me 1 second. All right, Mr. Tate, you charge of 1 count of battery, family violence, the misdemeanor kind. It's a $5,000 bond, sir. You understand what you're charged with in the bond amount?
Yes, sir.
All right, sir. You have a preliminary hearing date of the 30th of March, and that's at 8:30. I looked at your application here for court-appointed counsel. I'm looking at it here. Let's see, you got the range. All right, sir, I'm appointing an attorney to represent you. All right, lastly, sir, there's special conditions on your bond. You're not to have contact directly, indirectly, social media, third party with Sarah Tate, your wife, date of birth, February 24th, 1988. Cannot return to 1525 Green Willow Drive in Conley. Sir, are you living there with your wife now, or?
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry, unfortunately, you can't go back right now. You must schedule an appointment with the sheriff so that a deputy or deputies can accompany you.
That's fine.
To your location, sir, your home, and you must do so within 10 days of release from jail. The attorney I appointed to speak with you, sir, to represent you, that attorney can work on those bond conditions for you, sir.
Okay.
All right, you have any questions?
No, sir.
All right, thank you, sir. Good luck to you.
All right, sir. How you doing?
How you doing, sir? What shit is he? Are you Tommy Bernardo?
Yes, sir.
That's you?
Yes, sir.
All right, sir. You charge of 1 count of battery, misdemeanor kind. 5,000 is your bond. You understand what you're charged with in the bond conditions?
Yes, sir.
All right. You're to have no contact with. Is Eugene Williams in there with you?
Yes, sir.
Can you say that again?
Yes, sir.
All right. Who's Eugene Williams?
My mom's friend.
All right, sir. You live at that house?
Yes, sir.
Where does Eugene Williams live?
You know how same, huh?
All right. How old are you?
17.
Who's living there first, you or him?
Me,
You say that again?
I was,
All right. How long you been living there?
since 2014,
How long has he been living there?
since 2019, I think, in 2019.
All right, and who's is Tammy is Tammy Bernardo, is that your mom? Tamaya Bernardo, is that your mom?
That's my sister.
That's your sister?
Yes, sir.
All right, sir. So $5,000 bond on that charger battery. You are to have no contact with Eugene Williams Jr. Does Tamaya Bernardo live there as well?
Hey, no, sir.
And Tamaya Bernardo, your sister. Now, this is for the time that this case is happening, or unless or until another judge changes that bond, the bond conditions. Sir, you understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right, listen very carefully to me. You have a preliminary hearing date of March the 30th at 8:30. I'm appointing an attorney to represent you, 17 years old. And this is a misdemeanor. And what I did was I'm allowing you to remain in the home. And I'm not allowing him to remain in the home, Eugene Williams. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, what questions do you have?
No question.
You have no questions?
No, sir.
All right, sir. Good luck to you. One moment, sir. One moment for me. All right.
Come on.
1 second. All right. Mr. Waller,
Yeah.
how you say your name?
Demond Waller.
Jamal Waller?
Yeah.
All right, sir. You're charged with one count of violation of the Georgia Controlled Substances Act, Schedule 1, MDMA. Or suspected MDMA, $7,000 bond. Possession of a weapon during the commission of a crime, that's also a felony, $5,000 bond. Drug-related object, possession of that, it's misdemeanor, $500. Possession of less than an ounce of marijuana, it's a misdemeanor, $1,500. Sir, you understand what you're charged with in the bond amounts?
Yeah.
You went through orientation yet in jail?
Yeah.
They didn't say yes, sir, or no, sir, or how you supposed to speak to people?
Yes, sir.
All right. So check this out. You have a preliminary hearing date set for March 29th at 8:30. I'm looking at the application for court-appointed counsel. How much money do you make?
Probably like $2,000 a month.
I'm gonna write that in because it's not on the form here. I'm appointing an attorney to represent you. Sir, you have any questions?
No. No, sir.
All right, thank you. Good luck to you.
How you doing, sir?
How you doing, sir? Is this Mr. Ward?
Yes, sir.
Hi, Mr. Ward. Probably not the news you want to hear today, but on the terroristic threats and the possession of firearm by a felon in the possession of a weapon during the commission of a crime, there's no bond today on those 3. On the stalking, $3,000. and the violation of the Georgia Controlled Substances Act, 7,000. All right, the special conditions on those two: stay away from LaShonda Mosley and not to return to 566 West Sherwood Drive, Riverdale, Georgia. Sir, you understand what you're charged with in the position on bond on those offenses?
Yes.
All right, sir. Hang on for me one moment here. I'm looking at your application for court-appointed counsel, and I did appoint an attorney to represent you, sir. I encourage you to speak with that lawyer, and that lawyer can address your bond situation for you very quickly, all right?
Okay.
I have a preliminary hearing date, and it's scheduled for the 29th of March. And I did, as I mentioned, appoint an attorney to represent you here, sir. What questions you have?
None, else so far, I understood.
Okay. All right, good luck to you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Hello, how you doing?
How you doing, sir? Is this Mr. Eugene Williams?
Keandre Willoughby.
Can you say that again?
Keandre Willoughby.
Oh, you're Mr. Willoughby?
Yeah.
All right. All right, Mr. Willoughby, you're charged with one count of possession of marijuana, less than an ounce, so it's the misdemeanor kind. Sir, you have a $1,500 bond on that offense. And 1 second here for me here, sir. You have another count here. It's obstructing an officer, misdemeanor kind. It's a $1,000 bond. You understand what you're charged with in the bond amount, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right. You have a preliminary hearing date, and it's scheduled for the 29th. Hang on for me. I got to stand up. My light went off. Got one of those sensor lights, you know, to save energy. So if you're sitting still, it goes off. So it's the 29th of March, and it's at 8:30. That's your prelim date. If you're bond out of jail, that automatically waives, sir. All right. And lastly, here, sir, you have a application here. I'm just trying to make sure I got the numbers right. I'm appointing an attorney to represent you. All right. You certainly can hire your own attorney at any point, but I'm going to appoint an attorney for you here, sir. You have any questions?
Hello.
All right. Thank you. Good luck to you.
Eugene Williams.
All right, Mr. Williams, how you doing, sir?
I'm doing good, sir. How are you?
I'm doing good. Sir, I have here the one count of battery, and it's the misdemeanor kind, and it's a $5,000 bond on that offense. The count of aggravated assault, that's a felony. There's a $10,000 bond on that offense. Sir, you understand what you're charged with in the bond amounts?
No, sir.
All right.
The first one, yes, the first one, but aggravated.
All right,
I didn't do anything aggravated.
listen to me, sir.
Yes,
February 8th, 2021.
yes.
Officer Cunningham
Mhm.
of the Clayton County Sheriff's Office,
Yeah.
during his investigation, determined that Eugene Williams Jr., that's you,
It
were
is.
living with Lakina Heron at her house for the past year. Williams Jr. has been refusing to leave and doesn't have a key. During an argument, Williams Jr. choked Lakina Heron and struck her in the face. The incident left marks on Lakina's face. Williams Jr. also struck Tamaya Fernando in the lip, causing her upper lip to bleed. Tamaya Bernardo is Lakina Heron's daughter. Williams Jr. and Heron used to be boyfriend and girlfriend in the past. Williams also choked Lakina Heron. Sir, you understand what you're charged with?
No, sir, to be honest with you, it's kind of like, if they came right in the room on me, how can I be attacking them? I mean,
So I don't know. I was not there.
right,
There,
yes,
Deputy Cunningham was there. I wasn't there, sir. I can't tell you the answer to that question. I don't know.
and
I'm just telling you what you're charged with, sir.
yeah, and also, Judge, if I can actually add, none of the officers spoke to me. They never asked me my side. They never looked at my videotape. Nothing. They didn't say anything to me in regards to me defending myself and me to show proof that I didn't attack anybody. I was attacked.
Sir, what is it that I can do today about that?
Allow me to add my side of it, or give you proof of what I done, of actually what happened.
All right, sir. Unfortunately, today, remember, as I mentioned in the beginning, it's first appearance. It's not a trial today. So I can't do any of that. What I did was inform you of your charge, told you of your bond amounts, which is $5,000 on the battery and $10,000 on the aggravated assault. The special conditions, you're not to contact Lakina Heron or Tamaya Bernardo.
Yes.
You also cannot return to the 2834 Heather Ridge Lane location.
Yes.
If you have any property or items there, you can schedule an appointment with the Clayton County Sheriff's Office.
Yes.
And you can go ahead and let them go with you to that location. You must do so within 10 days of your release from jail.
Yes, sir.
I reviewed your application for court-appointed counsel, but you didn't put how much money you make each month.
It's disability, sir.
I can't hear you, sir. What
It's disability income.
How much is it?
$735 or something in that area.
All right, sir, I'm appointing an attorney to represent you. Listen to me keenly here, sir.
Yes.
The attorney I just represented to appoint you,
yes,
everything you tried to just tell me that I can't do anything about today, you
right,
need to tell them.
Yes.
And that person can help you, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Good luck to you.
Thank you, sir. Okay, Joe, we're going, Mr. Presley?
Yeah, the extradition?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay. Hey, sir, how you doing?
Hey, how you doing? You know what, Deputy, can we do them both? Can we do that?
Yes, sir.
I gotta read them the same thing, so if we could just get them out at once.
Yes, sir.
Scoot on over, give them some room. All right, gentlemen, you all heard everything that was happening today, right? Is this Richard, Trey, John Presley, Dean Shearer or Shearer?
Dean Shearer.
Dean Shearer. Well, which one are you, sir? Red or orange?
I'm red. Dean Shearer's red.
Yeah, COVID, man. I don't know. I don't know who was talking. Now I know. All right, so Mr. Shearer is over here. I'm gonna set the paperwork so I can address you all the way I see you. And then Mr. Presley is over here in my orange. So listen to me, gentlemen. The everything I read about the rights with the folks on first appearance, it all applies to you, all right? Everything I read applies to you. This is some extra stuff here that you need to listen to. Today we're here for what is known as an extradition hearing. All the rights I advised everyone else earlier apply to you directly. And of course, it's a little bit different from the first appearance that you just saw. You don't have charges pending against you here in Clayton County. Instead, you have charges pending against you in another jurisdiction. And that other jurisdiction wants you to go back to answer the charges there. So that's why we're here. All right. So this hearing is being conducted pursuant to the Official Code of Georgia, annotated or OCGA Title 17, Chapter 13. there are allegations that are against you that I'll read to you shortly, and the location or the state wants you back there. Now you have a choice whether you want to contest it or fight this extradition or waive the extradition, right? Waive it, don't have the hearing, and go back. Return to the place or the state without going through the formal extradition process. If you decide you wish to contest or fight the extradition, listen here for me, please. This court, meaning me, can commit you to the Clayton County Jail for 30 days. During that time, a warrant will be prepared under the Governor Kemp's seal, and that can then extradite you to the other state. The court may consider posting a bond, but is not required to allow you to post a bond as you are wanted in another jurisdiction. So I can let you know, for bond hearings, one of the conditions, there's 4 conditions that a court considers. One of them is this person a flight risk, right? So by virtue of you being here on extradition, I won't issue a bond because it's one of the conditions, right? So you won't be getting a bond today. If you do not wish to voluntarily return to the home state or location, then let's see. Indiana for you, Mr. Presley. I believe that's Indiana, right?
Yes, sir.
Evansville?
Evansville.
Yeah. And for you, Mr. Shearer.
Maricopa.
All right, that is Maricopa County in Phoenix, Arizona. So they have said they want you all back. So if you do not wish to voluntarily return to Indiana or Arizona, then you may file what's called a writ of habeas corpus to fight the extradition. So you have to file that. The writ of habeas corpus can only contest 4 things. 1, whether the extradition documents are in order on their face. So literally, whether something is wrong with the extradition documents that I have in front of me today, right? That's the first thing. Secondly, whether you're charged with a crime that actually exists in the state, Indiana or Arizona, for which you are going, that is requesting you back. So, for example, I don't know, Mr. Shearer, you can tell me, but in Arizona, for example, marijuana, it might be legal, it may not be, I don't know. Some states, marijuana, for example, is no longer illegal, or certain amounts of it. So if, for example, it's a charge that is no longer a crime and it used to be, you can challenge that, right? So that's the second thing. The third thing is whether you are in fact the person named in the request for extradition. You might say to me, well, you already said your name is Richard Trayshawn Presley and Dean Shearer, right? So if you were saying that wasn't me, you can change that. So that's the third thing. You can contest. The fourth thing is whether in fact you're a fugitive from justice. You can say, no, I'm not a fugitive because Indiana told me I could come to Georgia, or Arizona told me, and here's the paperwork. So those are the 4 things you could contest, right? Those are the only 4 things you can contest in an extradition. You cannot contest whether you're guilty or not guilty, right? So you're entitled to the advice of counsel in contesting extradition or in deciding whether to waive extradition. So I'll appoint an attorney. You can hire your own attorney, however. If the other state, right, Indiana for you, Mr. Presley, or Arizona for you, Mr. Shearer, is unable to extradite you within 30 days, then you can remain again in the Clayton County Jail for another 60 days waiting to be extradited. So if extradition is not completed within 90 days, then Clayton County would have to release you. All right. Now the flip of that is if you voluntarily waive, then Indiana and Arizona has 10 business days to extradite you back.
Okay, sir, so within that 10 days, because I'm waiving mine personally, within that 10 days, if they don't come, I will be released.
More than likely, that's how it works. All right. So I'm gonna start with you, Mr. Presley. At this time, do you wish to waive your
Yes, sir.
extradition or contest it?
Yes, sir.
All right. I have here, it's a waiver of extradition form. It's about 6, 7 of them, and I signed it already, right? So I'm gonna send it back to the jail. You're gonna sign here with your name and data out your name and on there. You're gonna sign all of them. It's 6 of them, 6 forms, right? 6 is the same thing. So 6 original. I'm sorry, 7. It's 7 original ones, and I'm gonna send these back to the jail shortly after we're finished, and you're gonna sign off on those. All right. So do you have any other questions, sir?
No, sir.
All right, thank you, sir. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Hey, Judge, I have some forms here with his name on it. I was gonna go ahead and let him sign out 7 pages.
Nah, don't let them sign those, because what's gonna happen is you're gonna send those to me,
Right.
and I'm gonna send these to you. And then
Okay.
I'll be gone, and then you won't have my signature, and then y'all be emailing me 20 times about signatures.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, so wait for these forms, because what happens is, and we could discuss this after, but what happened was I didn't realize that these were here. Otherwise, I would have sent them back when I sent the court-appointed forms earlier
Yes, sir.
with my signature. So that would make it easier. So I'll just do that going forward, so that way you could already have it. So just would that be too much to have Mr. Presley stand by and sign the ones I've already signed when I send them back?
No, sir. He's good.
Okay, so we'll do it that way. So that way you'll have the signature and we'll all be situated here.
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you. All right, so Mr. Dean, Shearer, I feel like I'm messing it up. Is it Shearer?
Sure. H-E-A-R-E-R.
All right, Mr. Shearer. So what we have here is you did enter and remain in the state of Georgia, and knowingly you were wanted by Maricopa County Sheriff's Office, Phoenix, Arizona, for fraud schemes and artifices. The warrant number is AZ007035J. Date of the warrant is November 19, 2020, and they will extradite. Sir, you've heard everything. Do you wish to waive or?
I have a quick question. You said they said they didn't know I was in Georgia?
Oh, you knowingly knew you were wanted and remained in Georgia. You knew.
No, I didn't. I didn't know I had a warrant until I found out today, to be exact. I had in the past already dealt with them. They sent me my termination letter.
All right, sir. Well, you want to contest it or you want to waive this?
I want a 10 days thing. I don't want to wait 90 days. I'll do the 10 days.
All right, sir. So we'll go ahead and waive your extradition today. And you have any other questions?
No, sir. So after the 10 days, I can get released if they do not come, correct?
That's normally how it works, sir.
Okay.
Right?
Okay, so that's it.
That's it. All right, good luck to you, sir.
Also, one last question. You said you wouldn't get a bond because you don't know if you're no flight risk, correct?
Well, you're coming from another state with the charge that you're wanted on, sir. I can't give you a bond.
No, I lived in Georgia my whole life.
You live in Georgia, well, you went there and something happened.
And I handled the situation over there already. That's the thing about it.
I don't know that. I don't know that. We're not here for that. We're not here for that. I mean, I won the lottery last night. I mean, right, exactly. Yeah, I can't give you a bond on that. No one gets a bond on extradition, so don't feel bad. It's just a normal thing, right? Because it's one of the conditions where if someone is here on the extradition warrant here, sir, we just can't give a bond because we don't know the details, right? So it's nothing personal. It's just normal practice.
Okay.
All right. One more thing, sir. The same thing like I told Mr. Presley. You're gonna have to sign this. I've signed these copies, 7 of them.
Okay.
You're gonna have to be on standby, and the deputies will bring this to you. You sign it, my signature on it, your signature on it, and we'll be good to go with that. And the process will begin, sir. It's business days, all right? Business days.
So 10 business days. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Business days, sir.
Yeah, I'm saying, does it start today or start yesterday? Starting today or yesterday for the 10 days?
Sign this, okay?
Ah,
You didn't sign this. You didn't have your extradition hearing until now, sir. You gotta sign. It's not official.
okay. All right, so thank you, sir.
All right, no problem. You're welcome. Good luck to you, sir.
All right. So 10 days start after we sign? Yeah, it start after we sign. That's when it starts.
Business dates. My deputy, are we good?
Yes, sir, Your Honor, that's
Yeah,
completely.
no, but you understand what I'm saying, though, or would that be a hassle, or no? I just want to make it easy.
No, sir, I mean, if you, signed it already, then I'll wait. Normally, I guess how I was doing it, I already have the form.
Right.
I'm just gonna get them to sign it, then just send it to you, and then that way, once you get it, you can just sign it and be done with it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, and I understand that. The only problem is I'm not here the entire day,
Yes,
right?
sir.
After I send these to you all, right, to everyone on the list that send the forms, if for whatever reason I leave after that, and for whatever reason those don't come to me by the time I leave,
Okay.
then they have to track me down, and I just don't want that to be an issue.
Yes,
So
sir.
for me, because here's the thing, the reason I'm sending it now, here's the thing, I could send it when I send the court-appointed counsel forms. And just in case they waive, you have them. If they don't waive, whatever. But that way, and I'll send an email, like, let's say, for example, like when I get the paperwork, if I don't, because I didn't get to them until later. So if I know that, okay, there's 2 people that are on for extradition, then I'll put those in the packet with the court-appointed forms and send it back, right, before I start doing the paperwork. So you all already have one, the 7 with my signature, and then when they sign, you all already have it. And when I send the stuff over, I'm just thinking how it's easy, right? In my mind, that's easier to me, only because we're not live in court. Like back in the day, we could just do it in court, but to me, because what'll happen is if they sign the blank ones and then you get the ones with my signature, we got 2 sets of copies. And I don't know, I'm just trying to make it easy, man. Look, man, I'm only here on Tuesdays, man, whatever. Look, man, that works for me.
Okay, that works for me too.
That works for me.
Yes,
But,
sir.
Judge Gardner, he might do it however you do it. But Tuesdays, we doing it this way.
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
All right, I appreciate you. Thank you for your hard work, everyone, and I'll see you all next week.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, sir.